Hi, my name is Carly Peterson, and the community experience that I did is I went to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. And I wanted to do that just because alcohol has never been something that I've really encountered in my life. I've grown up here in Utah. I grew up in the church, and alcohol was never something I've been tempted to use. None of my friends use it in high school. It's just been something that's never ever been even close to something that's part of my life. And I thought it'd be interesting to kind of look at it from a perspective of someone that it's their whole life, and that that's basically what an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting is it's listening to other people who that is their whole life is alcoholism and their efforts to overcome that. So that's what I did for my experience. And what it was is I just went to a meeting. It was on a Friday at noon, and there's just a big circle. There were probably like 30-ish, 35 people there, which was really surprising to me. I don't know. I guess for me it's like how many bars are there in Provo, But how many, I guess a lot of people just have access to it, at the grocery stores and places like that. I didn't realize that it would be such a large group. So that was surprising to me. But I went to this meeting and there's just like 30, 35 people, and they started out by congratulating the people who had made it to a certain point. They started out saying who's made it 24 hours without trying alcohol, without drinking alcohol. Those people who had made it, they gave them this little chip. It was like a little coin that said 24 hours on it. And then they did, a whole day, a whole week, a whole month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, and people got up for those things, and mostly it was the one day, 1 week, and 6 months, 1 year, and 3 years. Most people got up, so that was really interesting. And then the people would, after that, would take turns explaining how they got to the point that they were at, how they made it 1 year without trying alcohol. And everyone got a turn to do that who had been sober, and then they opened it up, and anyone else who wanted to talk about their problem could. And I really enjoyed this experience because it was a very non-judgmental environment. Where these people, they didn't want to be judged because of what they've done. They wanted everyone to be able to just be open and understanding, and that was a great environment for them to feel that way. So that was really cool. And what I learned from this experience is that you just cannot judge. I mean, there were people there that looked like BYU students, that very clean cut and very well put together, that were really struggling. That struggled not only with alcoholism but with drug problems and other substance abuse. And it was so surprising to me to see those people, and I never ever would have thought someone who looked like that could have such serious problems with that. And that, I felt bad because that was something that I had been judging them up front. I was like, oh, they look like very clean cut. They must be here to support someone. But no, I was judging them, and those people really did have a problem, and I was doing exactly what they didn't want me to do. I was judging. So it was an amazing experience for me to have an open mind, and to just listen to these people and their problems and how hard they're trying to overcome it. It was actually a very religious experience because they put a lot of effort into what they were doing, and they wholeheartedly admitted that it was because of God that they were able to do what they were doing. And it was because of God that they were able to overcome their challenges and be sober. And it was really, really a neat experience. Um, and just applying it into my own life, it just reminded me how important it is not to judge, to always have an open mind, and to love all of God's children. And I think it really applies in the classroom. Two reasons. One of the reasons is a couple of the people expressed how their alcoholism had affected their children. One was in town, actually, from New York, visiting his son in the hospital, who had overdosed, had alcohol poisoning, and was hospitalized. And so that was just really showed me how much a parent's alcoholism can affect their child. And I'm sure I'll have students as a teacher whose parents are alcoholics, and that will really affect them. Um, and another reason is just because being able to see how hard it is for these people and for their families, this is a good reminder for me as a teacher, prepare myself to be ready for those situations and to know what to do and to say, and to not be judgmental, and to support these children as they try to support their parents, and be an anchor for them if they need it, because they may not have that anchor at home. So those are some ways that has prepared me as a teacher, and I'm grateful that I had this experience.